I see people sometimes that takes OT like a badge of honor.
My then boss would actively encourage everyone make work like their identity. There were bunk beds in the office and things like that lah.
But it's very stressed like at work, like you cannot get angry at people, you know, like you must be very nice.
I mean, coming from personal experience, that's the price of fame lah sometimes.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of The Hot Pot where we hop into different transitions in life. I'm Q.
I'm Nick.
I'm Joie, and today's topic is all about doing what you love and getting paid for it.
Ooh.
Kind of. We're diving into the concept of Ikigai, that sweet spot where passion, profession, mission, and vocation meet. And to balance out our media-saturated brains, we've brought in two guests from the worlds of health and tech who may have found their own Ikigais. We have Kiong and Kim.
Yay! Welcome.
I'm Kiong. I'm from Synapse. Currently, I'm one of the assistant director leading a team doing AI. We typically work with data scientists that bring in their data models, their AI models, and I bring it to life in practical means for the doctors and nurses out there.
Very chim, very chim.
Very chim. I try not to be technical, but
I'm just a
this-
content person.
I'm Kim. I'm currently a senior staff nurse at Tan Tock Seng Hospital.
We have seen her before online.
人家是 DJ last time, you know.
Oh,
是对的.
Yeah. And she also does a podcast, right?
Yes. Oh.
You've never seen the Tan Tock Seng podcast
Nurses
before?
of Tan Tock Seng.
Oh, I've seen that.
thanks.
You see the scrubs, you can identify. It's her.
Thank you, guys.
She's famous.
Look at that. This is Blues
Don't say
Anatomy.
Blues Anatomy.
不是 Grace.
Wait, we're all wearing blue today.
Yeah, we're all in blue today. Ikigai.
What the heck?
That's your Ikigai. Ikigai is the fish baby, right? The egg. No, sorry, that one is Ikura.
When he says
crazy.
things like that, right, he's really an Ikigai.
We planned this joke. Just now, actually.
Oh, it's planned, right?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's planned.
I
It's
see.
planned.
Not bad, what, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Okay, but anyway, back to the topic.
Okay. So to help us understand the concept, right, let's break down the exact definition of Ikigai. So it's a Japanese concept that combines the terms iki, meaning alive, not like ik, right? Or life, and gai, meaning benefit or worth. So it's about discovering the balance where your passion and talent converge with what the world needs and what it's willing to pay for. So based on traditional Japanese medicine, this medical tradition holds that physical well-being is affected by one's mental, emotional health and TLDR, a sense of purpose.
So basically, it's a Venn diagram of 4 different bubbles. There's an intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what
The world needs,
correct.
which is you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So
Oh my
if like
gosh.
your passion is something super niche, right, then it's not Ikigai lah. Like I make paper mache soccer balls out of vintage stamps.
Oh, I thought niche is your
You will
like
pay for that?
your sister's daughter. That's your niche, right?
Shut up.
Correct.
But I think I get what he meant by that. Because if it's too niche, right, people won't pay for it.
Correct. The whole concept of Ikigai, when it was first explained to me what it was, it feels like a privilege lah. I don't think everyone will be fortunate enough to have achieved it or discover it. Because going back to that Venn diagram, right, I don't think it's not easy to like find something that checks all the boxes.
Because sometimes what you're good at, you might not love. What you love, you might not be very good at. Before we go too deep into finding our Ikigai, how did you guys find yourselves in your field of work?
Oh, yeah.
I was in defense for about 15 years.
Oh.
Then I was doing engineering, project management, but there's this nagging feeling every day I do work because there are things that I couldn't say due to security. I couldn't tell people what I'm doing. But the other thing is, I'm always trying to create something that I hope never to use. Because defense, everything that we're doing is for war. in a sense.
Yeah.
So far, I'm always,
peacekeeping lah.
I mean, you can take it that way, but I always have that nagging feeling.
Yeah.
So when I had a chance to move my skill set to another domain, which is healthcare, I jumped on it. At that point of time, I had, I personally have some chronic medical issues. My parents have their own issues as well. And it was also the period of COVID. So all these things come about to a point that it just makes sense.
Was it a very scary situation when your parents were in the hospital?
I think I can say this about my mom. So she had cancer like 10 years ago. It was in remission. Everything was okay. But 1 year ago, we found that the cancer cells has came back again and it's spreading. She had very adverse reactions to the entire medication, and she went to ICU for about a month. There was one day, I still remember that particular day when the doctor said they have used up all the machineries that's possible to resuscitate her. And that is the very crucial night that she must really go through to survive. I mean, thank God she went through. And now she's back with us.
Yay.
Yeah, so that was a point that I felt that what I'm doing actually does hold meaning. Because what I'm doing is in healthcare and it's benefiting people like my mom and myself.
Wow.
So like just now we briefly talked about it, right? But like before I did nursing, I did mass comm. So
You're my junior.
yeah.
Yeah, I knew this lah. But yeah, okay.
So after I graduated from mass comm, I was kind of at a crossroads. So I was like, okay, do I continue with comms, which is what I wanted at that point in time, or should I try something else? So I think it was my final year of poly. Then my grandfathers were in and out of the hospital quite a lot. So that was my first touch point with Tan Tock Seng. So my gong gong, he was warded at level 7. His dementia was quite bad. And like he'll wake up, then he'll like got ghosts, like, you know, in the room, he keeps scratching himself. So I would like stay over, then let my grandma sleep, try to take care of him and all that. So I was like, wow, actually, I have this passion for taking care of other people. So my dad was like, why don't you just try lah? My grandma was a nurse like in the kampong days also. So they're like, hey, you just try. Like I can kind of see you trying it, but some of my lecturers were like, very wasted there. You know, you study 3 years already. Then why now you want to change? But I think mass comm also gave me a lot of skills that I could use in nursing as well. So I have no regrets lah. But that's that's kind of sums up why I decided to change and try nursing.
Was it difficult to transition?
The transition was so bad. Like imagine, right? Like, so during my internship, I would like go for concerts. I'll go concert, do write up, then post on social media, all that. Then suddenly I go to school. Then I learn about biology and like pharmacology and medicine. Then I was like, what am I doing with my life? I was like, oh my gosh, did I really choose the right thing? So it was a lot of hard work, to help me with the transition, but everything went well after that.
And you're thriving. You've managed to kind of marry the two passions together.
Yeah, as in now she has her own podcast.
I feel like I'm Hannah Montana sometimes.
Oh my god, you are.
Girl,
you got the
like-
best of both worlds.
Yeah, so like I feel like when I'm in the ward, like as a nurse, right, I feel like I'm Miley Cyrus.
Oh,
but then
can
like,
you sing for us?
oh my
Sing
gosh,
for
you
us.
get the best of both
Best
worlds, you know.
To the patient's like, I just want my medicine
Yeah,
now. Waiting with the cup.
But I feel like when I do my social media and podcast stuff, then I feel like, I'm like Hannah Montana. Like I put on my blonde wig, you know. But there is a added stress to it because last time, I'm just a nurse in the ward. Then I just do my things then finish. But then now there's this added pressure because like you put yourself out there in public, right? And then people recognize. I mean, I'm glad that we reach a stage where people recognize us and all that. But it's very stressful. Like at work, like you cannot get angry at people. Like you must be very nice.
I
to
mean,
everyone.
coming from personal experience, that's the price of fame lah. Sometimes.
You got here with Kiong.
Guy! Put your elbow down there. Don't put on my chair.
But anyway, back to this topic. Do y'all feel that you are very passionate about your job now?
The things that I touch is very technical. I can't be saying that I'm 100% passionate about it. I don't do data when I'm out of work.
Like on weekends, you're like, I think I'm going to do some data now.
No, there are
For 1
people that does
hour?
that. There are really
Is it?
people that does
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah,
They will
I'm sure
download
lah,
data
I'm
sets.
sure.
And
Or
then
that's their
do-
hobby lah.
That's their hobby. But when I'm in office, when I'm facing my users, when I'm facing people like yourself, I really put 100% in.
And there's no inertia to give 100% lah, right?
No.
Yeah.
Actually, can you give us like a rough idea of what you exactly do?
Okay, I'll use one of my project to describe that. So my project is MSG. It's a imaging AI-enabled platform. So let's say, choi, 5 of us go to the emergency department and have our chest x-ray. Normally, when we go to see a doctor, you'll be first in, first out. So let's say you go in first, you'll be the first one that will be seen by the doctor. But what we do is we push in all our x-ray images into my system. AI will actually do the AI inferencing, or they'll do the AI output through the system automatically. Then if they find out that I have a more severe issue, they'll highlight
queue.
it. Yeah, I'll cut queue. I'll cut queue in front of you.
Why y'all cut my queue?
Because you
But
got
he's more
flu, then you go in.
serious.
I'm more serious.
Okay, lor, okay,
And,
lor.
and the second thing is, normally doctors actually see the x-ray through their naked eyes. When AI does it, we put heat maps, boundaries. We make images superimposed on it. So it helps them.
I remember 20 years ago, I go and see GP at a clinic. Then he used Google to Google the dosage to tell me how much medicine.
Google?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I guess now more advanced. Because of Kiong, they don't need to Google anymore.
Wow,
Hey,
we
all because of
Kiong.
Thank
No, of your synapse.
I think if you ask him for like a mass comm graduate, I am quite cliched. Like go advertising agency, do content.
So you're quite basic.
I'm
Why
very basic.
are you saying that?
I am very basic.
Oh,
Then do podcasts.
mad respect to you all, because a lot of people always ask me, nursing or doing comms more difficult? I say, hey, sometimes really it's comms, eh?
No lah, please.
Hey, guys,
No,
serious.
I don't think so.
We have definitely saved any lives.
Guys. Okay, maybe because like for comms, especially in like nursing and healthcare, it's still something that's very new and it's
Yeah.
still something that we're exploring. So like that, it's still a lot of effort and resources and stuff that we need to intentionally pour into it lah. Whereas for nursing, like like protocols and like it's been like that for many years already. So it's a lot more straightforward in that
Like
sense.
there's a rule book in some
Yeah,
sense.
it's like like okay, if this happens to a patient, then I do these steps.
There's protocol.
Right.
Yeah, your experience or that. But like especially for comms and like social media and all that, things are like constantly evolving and changing to keep up with the trends and all that. They're actually very tiring.
It is lah, but if we cock up, nobody die lah.
Real.
Oh, yeah. But also, this is just further proves that if it's what you're good at, like maybe you're good at catching trends, then it wouldn't feel so exhausting also.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm actually looking at the Venn diagram now. I feel quite grateful that I think I found my Ikigai. Yeah.
Oh my god,
But
wait,
I
I feel
think
so happy for you.
I feel like I need to caveat that this came with a lot of trial and error. For context, I teach, I do content creation, and I also do music. So, and I also have a small business. So all these 4 things, they're all parts of the little buckets and they contribute to my Ikigai eventually. But finding this balance was not easy and it didn't come like that at the start. So when I first graduated from music school, did not want to touch music at all. So then I decided, okay, I want to teach art because that's what I did in secondary school. So when I started teaching art, it gave me a lot of happiness because it was what I loved and it was what I was good at. I could be paid for it. And then that's what, I wouldn't say it's what the world needs.
People need music, people need art.
People need art. Like the kids need that source
Education.
of- education, also exploration. So I think that really provided that for me. And then with music and posting about music came social media. And once I kept going at it, that's how I kind of started doing content creation as a whole. So I didn't stumble upon it, but they just kind of worked
Evolved,
together. Yeah, they evolved. And as a result of battling all this, I found my Ikigai. But I think it will look very different for different people. Like for some people, maybe one thing is their Ikigai.
Okay, so I just want to kind of like put it out there because I think that I've always been quite clear that work is work, right? But what are your relationships with work like? Like, do you feel that you must be passionate about your career or is it just a means to an end?
I don't think, again, you need to be 100% passionate about it. Yeah, it's a means to an end. I'm happy earning the dough I have. But you definitely need to be, you love your job up to a certain extent to be sustainable.
What is that extent for you?
I think whenever I go to work, I don't feel dread. So that's one of the my own internal yardstick. So every Monday, if I wake up, I feel that I dread this meeting. I dread meeting this person. I dread talking to my boss. Okay, there's somewhere that I probably need to stop.
I think for nursing, right, what I've seen is there's a very good mix. I feel like still the majority of people who join nursing, they have a very strong purpose and reason why they join the career. A lot of it is like family, their own personal experiences with health, hospitals. But then there's really the other half that's like, I like the job, I like the skills that I learn, then I just work, then get money, then okay, life is like that. But for me personally, something that I did realize over the years is that I tie, maybe not so good thing, but I tie my identity and purpose very strongly to my job and what I do.
Is it healthy for your work to be part of your identity?
Definitely is healthy, but we can't be overly obsessed with the work. I see people sometimes that takes OT like a badge of honor. They really just want to keep doing and just spending that amount of time online or in office to validate themselves. But I feel that at the end of the day, it's really about output and being secure about what you have contributed. So for myself, I feel that my purpose is really about helping healthcare. Yes, I can't help 100% of the people out there, but I believe that what I do do benefit a portion. And as more and more of my projects go live, there are more and more people that get impacted. And that gives me that validation and a respect for myself. So I don't really feel that I need to attach my identity 100% to what I'm doing.
Yeah, because I feel like a bit of identity attachment is healthy because you need to put yourself in it. Even if it's like a part-time job, like a small job, if you don't put any part of yourself in it, then you just dread everything. You don't take responsibility of like any of the tasks that you have to do at work.
I think that there are two different ways to make work your identity. The first is because like you love your work, and then the second is because you want to flex a certain socio-economic status. So if you are working in a profession that, you know, traditionally pays a lot higher or is like, you know, requires higher qualification, I feel that there are a lot of people who make work their identity because they want you to know. Like it's an outward signal that like, I'm working in high finance. Then you then infer that, that means this person is rich. So there's that camp of people.
Right.
But then there's also the other camp that's like, I really love and am so passionate about my work that it becomes like my entire identity lah. Which, whether it's healthy or not, I think that's the part that's also debatable. When I was younger, one of my earlier jobs, my then boss would actively encourage everyone make work like their identity. There were bunk beds in the office and things like that lah, because they encourage like, stay late, and then if you need to stay over in the office, go ahead and use the bunk beds. So if everyone is kind of like so passionate about their work, then I can squeeze more hours out of these people ma.
I slept over like 3 days in a row before, I think.
Yeah.
It was really quite crazy, but that was when we were really young, and then I think we didn't know how to distinguish what is healthy boundaries as well for your work, and also knowing that purpose can be found outside of your job. Like your hobbies, what you do with your friends, being a good daughter or son, you know. I think all these factors play a part of how happy and successful you are as a human being lah.
Question pot! Okay,
Alright.
guests can go first.
If your Ikigai was a local dish, what would it be and why? For me, I think it would be rojak. I like the fact that I'm doing a lot of very different things within my work. And then I show
so clever!
That's a good answer.
I was thinking of
Smart.
rojak. Good
Please.
job, really. You go back into my mind, I can see.
What childhood hobbies do you wish could be your career today? Hannah Montana.
Hey,
What does that mean?
Right.
What do you mean?
I want to go on stage and
Best
put
of both
Can I
worlds.
share something very funny? So you know when I was very young, right? I think before I went to sleep, I was listening to like the Hannah Montana soundtrack or something. Then I dreamt that I went back to my primary school. Then everyone's at assembly. Then I was like, wait. They were like, guys, everyone today we're gonna have a special performer. Then I was like, oh my gosh, wait, that's me. So I went to the toilet. Then I put on my blonde wig. Then I went on stage and performed.
Okay.
And then nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Oh my
Nobody knew.
goodness.
Now your blonde wig is scrubs.
When you wear scrubs, nobody, where did Kim go?
What's one thing you're weirdly good at but could not get paid for? I can close this eye without moving everything else. Ready? No, look at my eye.
Whoa.
No, you know what? I feel like now you can get paid for it. It's 2025. I think you can.
Okay, who want to pay me for doing that? Let me know.
Your DMs will be flooded.
Oh shit! Then I
Like-
send them a
Just like that.
specialized wing.
Okay,
DM me,
that's
guys.
her Ikigai today. If someone made a TV show about your Ikigai journey, what would the title be?
Read rainbows.
Hey,
We rainbow.
no, stop.
Last time her
You
YouTube
also know
account.
read rainbows.
I think Chapalang.
Please.
Catching
Actually-
up with Bao Bao.
No, Chapa, but I'm the lang ma, so Chapalang.
Oh,
If money wasn't a factor, what are things you'd be excited to do every day? Wow, absolutely nothing. I would just lie in bed, wake up, cook lunch.
Garden and cook.
Maybe I'll garden,
Yeah.
play badminton, maybe game a bit. Yeah, actually, I'm not very pressured to do a lot of things in retirement.
You got a new name already, Domesticated Titi.
ew, that's icky.
Ikigai. When it comes to finding purpose within your work, do you feel like what you do has impact on others?
Definitely. I think whenever we implemented something AI and we talk to the clinicians, the doctors, the nurses, how it helped in their daily work in terms of productivity, time savings, whether it's more accurate diagnosis, it will always result in something very tangible. So to us, the purpose is actually very real and very easy to see. I think with the change from COVID till now, healthcare has evolved in a certain sense that we cannot just do things the old way. And I thought that AI has been helping it every step of the way.
Actually, let's talk about Hotpot for a bit.
Okay.
I do think that our podcast, own self say own self, right? But then our viewers actually came out to us to share how much we impacted them or helped them in terms of navigating through their adulthood. So I do feel that Hotpot especially is kind of a bit like our Ikigai. I won't speak for you all lah, but maybe for me.
Yeah, it's not bad.
His elbow come out already, you see?
Oh.
Put your elbow down. Put your elbow down.
Yeah, I think sometimes the act of impacting someone can happen without you knowing.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an exchange of thank you, you impacted me, or you watched the impact happen. We don't see the insights, we don't see like the clicks, but sometimes people share that when they are overseas, they're studying, the Hotpot is what keeps them feeling tethered to home because it's their like glimpse of Singapore. So that's really interesting to know.
Yeah.
I mean, nursing, my impact is very clear. You see the patient come in more sick, then you see them go home happy and feeling a lot more healthy. And I think the very rewarding part that I love about nursing is really building that relationship and connections with my patients and their families. I really, really enjoy that. Then sometimes I have patients also telling me like, after this you come to my house, I give you my address, then I cook for you. You know, that kind of thing. So they see you like a granddaughter that like see them through their journey. And I always say that like in the hospitals, we get the privilege of taking care of people when they are at the most vulnerable state. So it's a huge honor and privilege to do that lah. And I think when it comes to the social media comm stuff, we've been getting like messages, I think from like nursing students and like young nurses in the workforce to say that they feel very advocated for and very empowered also. Like there's all these sources available for them to reach out to. I don't have to feel scared to speak up for myself. And recently it was very cute. I was at this workshop. Then this nurse, very, very quiet nurse, at the end of the workshop, she gave me this card. Then she was like, thank you for speaking up for us and showing people what we do so that they can appreciate us better. So even though I think sometimes when it comes to my comm stuff, it's not as tangible, the results, as like nursing, right? But it's all these small things that really make us feel very happy and appreciative of the work that we are able to do.
For four of us, right, we kind of hear feedback directly from our viewers. But for Kiong, right, at your job, how do you feel validated?
So in different type of healthcare setting, we do have awards that's given to different projects. Our bosses will praise us, we'll go for good meals, for promotions and remuneration. That's very solid, tangible, okays. But again, we need to be prepared ourselves as well that what we are doing is very much behind the scene. So when we do our work, we need to appreciate ourselves a bit more, pat ourselves on the back a bit more. We know that what we are doing has some impact. And it's okay. It's okay not to have external validation all the time. Actually, I feel that I'm pretty privileged already. In front of camera, I can really showcase what I do. But there are two groups of people. Firstly, the cybersecurity warriors. When all things are going well, the Great Firewall is there, they are not praised for getting things done. But when some hacks come in or some data is lost, they are the first one that get blamed. So sometimes I really feel that these are the unsung heroes that we have. The other one would be all our data engineers. I work very extensively with them. All our AI models actually requires a lot of data behind the scenes, gathering them, transforming them, and being piped to my AI model to make them work. So I think this two group of people really needs that validation actually.
In general, in any company, right, the IT guys quite patinga. It's the same thing, right? Like when things are going well, we don't really care about them or we don't praise them. But then the moment the Wi-Fi stops working, right, or like you
forget your password.
You get like locked out of your account, right? Then you go there, then like what's happening?
Yeah, and then they solve it for you and you're like, okay, thanks for doing your job. Then you don't realize they actually hold this entire building together.
True.
But actually, I just want to ask maybe to the floor also, do you think that, like, let's say for our job, social media, nurses, right? And your job, you don't really get the comments. If your patients don't praise you, if we don't get comments on our channel, will we still find joy and passion from it? And if you don't, are you truly passionate about it in the first place?
Actually, I do think that I do seek external validation. I definitely do feel the joy when I read comments. And when I know that our videos on You Got Watch, for example, is actually impacting people, whether it's them learning something new or making them laugh. I feel like it's nice to know that I'm making someone's day. So if I live in like a world where I don't receive comments, right? Maybe I ask my friends compliment. Compliment me.
Yeah, I don't think I love content creation enough to like just do it without any kind of two-way interaction.
Yeah, correct.
100%. Recently, I had a team retreat, right? Then, there's this shapes quiz. Like your square, triangle, circle, or squiggle. So anyways, I am a circle. So apparently circles at work, right, it's like very relationship focused. Then one of the personality traits there was loves attention and validation. So if I was just like on a platform like la 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 la, then nobody listening and no one say anything and it's just a one-way thing.
Yeah.
I feel like not there's satisfaction not there.
True. And it defeats the purpose, right? Like it's the same thing like when you teach to people because you see the impact and it's a connection. If you purely just love teaching and not the interaction, then you can teach the video camera and sell it. But the impact changes, right? Yeah.
Actually, I'm very curious. How do you all find fulfillment outside of your job?
Firstly, my family, but there is something else that I do that's quite different. Every year, I take about 4 to 5 overseas trips. It's part of my church community thing. I go to some countries in Southeast Asia regions to do some charity work for the people there.
Mission trips.
Yes, it's
I
mission
love
trips.
That.
So the recent one, I went to really a mountain in Philippines.
Oh, okay.
That's like, finally I go to a place that have no signal. So I really went there. I'm totally cut off from the world.
Yeah.
Kim, what's your life like?
Wow. Actually, right, nurses work very hard. But one thing I realized is nurses party very hard also.
Oh,
girl. No,
You go where? You go where?
Okay, the good thing about nursing and healthcare is that, because we work on public holidays, so like we usually can take off in lieu because we have to be on shift, right? So actually, like if you plan everything properly, you plan your leaves all that, actually we can take quite frequent holidays throughout the year. Like you stack it, right? So I think it's very common, like nurses love to travel, then go for massage, go for facial. I like to go concert also. Yeah, music. I think that's what really keeps me sane. And I like to sing also, but not as well as Joie.
No. This girl can sing also.
Thanks, girl.
Look at that. Do you like to sing?
I think I'm okay. I'm reasonably good.
Should we start now?
You know,
Five,
it's okay. I get very nervous. Like, this is my Achilles heel.
Weakness. See the elbow
My
very low
weakness.
now.
Yeah.
Actually, going back to Ikigai, right, do you think your Ikigai can change over time?
I think so. And there's 2 different ways it can change. I feel like it's if you change what you are doing or like you change your interest in like what you do for work changes, and then how you feel about your current work also can change. So maybe if I go into this job and then I don't love it, I'm not good at it, but then over time maybe that changes. And then the other bit will be like if I want to transition to something else altogether. Yeah.
They say change is the only constant.
What does that mean?
No, but you get no. but
Everything is just changing.
every single decade, right? Every single decade, you are such a different person. A lot of people also do mid-career switches. When they are 40 or 50, they end up doing something totally different. Or some people even go become a farmer.
I think, again, the defense and healthcare portion was a big switch. So when I was doing my previous job, I wasn't doing a very purposeful thing within myself. Then when I was switching, there was a great inertia. People were telling me, why are you leaving? You've been doing this for so long already. Money is okay. Why do you want to go? But I thought myself, I thought to myself, I think through, I felt that this skill set is transferable. I really want to do something about health. And I took that leap of faith and really stepped up. 1 year into my job, I looked to myself and I say, okay, actually this change wasn't that hard.
But okay, now if we are forward looking a bit, right? You think it can change again?
Oh yeah, I think 100%. Like about the first half of my life, my entire purpose and all that was really pursuing and chasing the goal of doing radio. But then after that, then it completely changed to I'm a ground nurse. I'm a nurse on the ground doing clinical work. Then I had to come to terms with that. And then I was like, okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to do for life. Then after that, now it's like, then somehow both worlds combine together.
You're
and then
a
I'm doing
nurse-fluencer.
both.
Like who's that? Mickey Ray.
Mickey Wright, there's
Mickey
Lucas
Wright.
John,
Mickey
Dr. Mike, And like, I think it was a bit scary because like at that point in time, there's very well-known health influencers, but a lot of them are based overseas. So like in Singapore, it was something very new. And I think like for TTSH, I mean, we're very, very thankful that, like our bosses and all that are like very supportive. I think with all of that in mind, right, then everyone was like, okay, you know what, let's just try and push this boundary because we do feel like there's a need, especially when it comes to like supporting our younger generation of nurses.
Right now, I'm feeling that I'm not yet at 100% Ikigai, but pretty much 70-80%. I'm happy with what I'm doing. There's something meaningful. Is there a potential to change? Yes, but right now I'm all good.
Change is the only
Need
constant.
Put that on your LinkedIn profile, guys.
I'll post that on LinkedIn today.
Okay.
Then I tag Nicholas Yim.
Remove connection.
So, final question for all of you. What advice would you give to someone who feels like they have lost their sense of purpose?
I think it is okay not to have a purpose at that point. You come to a point that you evolve, whether you become a husband or a wife or a father or what, you will just evolve. Certain things will come into your life that you will change your perspective. And then you will need to come to a point that I should find some purpose in what I'm doing. So it's all right to have nothing, a clean slate at the moment. But eventually, I'm quite sure if you try hard enough, you'll get there.
Yeah, actually adding on to that, if you are struggling to find a purpose, it is an indicator that you have the intention to find it. And I think that in itself, you should feel rewarded that you are trying to live a meaningful life. And your purpose doesn't need to be loud or bold or dramatic. It can be quiet and it can still be powerful. And I think it can show up in the way we support others, how we show love, words of affirmation, and we help people grow through discomfort and keep going even without applause.
I'm a perfect example of someone who struggled but managed to find their Ikigai at this point in time. And your Ikigai can keep changing at every phase of your life. I think a lot of like personal factors, your age, your maturity and all that will go into affecting what is your Ikigai and will help you find your Ikigai at a certain phase in life. And I completely agree with what Joie said also, that your Ikigai or your purpose doesn't have to be so tight to be like, my purpose is to help this company hit this particular KPI. Just kind of like making it simple. Like my purpose is to spread positivity and be nice to everyone no matter where I'm placed in. Something like that might be able to be a lot more easily accomplished, I feel. And it's like a smaller goal that you can work towards that will eventually help you, you step lah, then until you reach the final boss stage.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bit overrated to have a purpose in the sense that like you don't need to rush to go and find it, because there's nothing wrong with just existing for like quite an extended period of time. But I think the important thing is to be open-minded to experiences, because I think being open-minded to new experiences, consuming information, that's what kind of shapes your identity also. What you like, what you don't like, what you believe in and what you don't believe in, which is usually the precursor to like finding like your purpose.
Which all can change also.
Yeah.
Because
Change is the only, everybody, constant. Yes, very nice. Thank you for joining us on this episode of The Hot Pot. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Me Listen.
and subscribe to us if you haven't already.
And thanks again to Kim and Wee Kiong for joining us today. Yay! So as you've heard from Wee Kiong today, a rewarding and meaningful career in health tech can begin at Synapse, the National Health Tech Agency of Singapore. So to find out more information and if you're passionate about shaping the future of health tech, head on over to www.synapse.sg/careers.
And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.
There's a specific LinkedIn culture where it's like, my son had a fall today, and that's why B2B sales. Then I'm like, huh? There's some people who twist like 2 a.m. I got a call, my dog had to be put down, and that's why B2B sales.
My girlfriend and I just broke up, and I realized loss is important.
B2B sales.